Alright, hello. I'm going through the generating output try it section. So I have my stuff from the Tableau Prep 1 opened up, and we are going to generate output files of the data before and after cleaning. So we're going to begin with the clean data and complete the necessary actions to add an output step for our cleaned sales data. So we'll click the plus sign and add an output. Alright, let's rename the output step, double click output below the output just to begin the process. Let's see what they're renaming it. Oh, rename to output after cleaning. Alright. We're ready to examine the output pane to validate that our data looks as we expect. Click anywhere to continue. The snapshot of our data in the output pane displays the changes we made to the order data field. And for that, I think it's just showing like the year data field and all of that. Alright. Now we will use the settings area of the output pane to configure the output. We want to save the output to a file which is the default. We do not need to make changes to this selection. We want our output type to be a Tableau data extract hyperfile, which is also the default. Use the drop-down arrow to look at our available output options. Alright, and it's already hyper selected. We want to create a table when the data refreshes, which is also the default. Use the drop-down arrow to look at our available write options. Use the drop-down arrow again to close the menu. Alright. Let's rename the output file, double-click the name field to begin this process. We rename the output file to clean sales data. I'm gonna name it, not clean sales data because it's not sales. I'm gonna name it clean, clean game data. Yeah. Browse to see where the file will be saved. Alright, and I'll save it in the business intelligence folder. And I'm just going to put in parentheses Tableau Prep 2 assignment. Accept. Alright, and I accepted it. The output settings looks as expected. The output is successfully configured. Perfect, so the name of it is right here. Click anywhere to continue. To generate the output file, we must run the flow. Use the output pane to run the flow. Let's just run flow. Alright. Done. We are ready to view the results. Open the folder in the Tableau Prep building repository where the output file is saved. Do I need to open the files? Just browse again, I suppose. Be like, yep, there it is. Open the Tableau Prep. Now complete the necessary action to open the extract in Tableau Desktop. Alright. So just... No, I do not want to replace it. Okay, so I think I'll just open my files here. And then this will open in Tableau Desktop automatically, I believe. Yep, it's just opening, so we just gotta wait for that. Alrighty. Tableau Desktop launches to a blank workshop book that uses clean sales data extract as its data source. We could create a visualization to analyze this clean data. Alright, so I'm just gonna minimize the Tableau Prep one. And then this. I'll just switch these around. Alrighty. Now we'd like to generate a second output file, this time of the data before cleaning. Perform the necessary actions to add an output step after the first cleaning step. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go back to Tableau Prep. Data before cleaning. Click the plus sign. Perform the necessary actions to add an output step for the data before cleaning. Output. Ooh, fancy. The second output step is added to the flow. Renamed it output before cleaning. Before cleaning. The snapshot of our data in the output pane reflects the data and time field before cleaning operations were applied. This is showing all the data before the cleaning operations were applied. We rename the new data output raw sales data. So I'm going to rename it raw game data. Run flow. Alright. click the arrow, this arrow. Use the toolbar to run a single flow through the output before cleaning step. Alright, do that. A single flow through the output before cleaning. Outputs of the same name already exist. Do you want to replace them? Cancel. What's the difference? Output before cleaning. Yes, I do want to replace them. So I'll just output before cleaning. Replace. Running. Done. Right. Click done to continue. We could also run this flow on the output step in the flow pane or by clicking run flow in the output pane. Click anywhere to continue. Now use the toolbar to generate both output files by running both flows simultaneously. So just hit this, run all flows. Yeah, just replace. Another run flow, check the error notifications. Switch errors, unable to generate output of this output. Let's close the file and try it again. Okay, so I guess I just gotta close this file. Yes. See. Alright, run all flows. Alright, now that that's good. Click done, we did that. We could also run the flow simultaneously by selecting run all from the flow menu. Alright, and then flow, run all. Done again. Right. We added output steps, configured output settings, generated output files, and opened output files for use in the Tableau desktop. Alright, see you in the next try it section. Alright, now I'm doing the first try it for the cleaning data a deeper dive section. I just opened up a new thing on Tableau Prep, so I didn't have the other data from the last try it messing with this one. Alright, so we'll start. Guided activity filter field values. We are using orders data that has some one-click cleaning operations applied. We would now like to use, actually, let me go back and use the last stuff that, and let me make some changes so I can do this. Alrighty, have these changes up. We are using orders data that has someone clicking. We would like now to use the filter orders to continue our data preparation. Click anywhere to continue. We would like to rename the first cleaning step. Double click its current name to begin this process. We have renamed the step to indicate the operations applied there in a previous module, one-click cleaning. One-click cleaning. Alright. Edit a name. We'll complete our filter operations in a new cleaning step. Complete the necessary actions to add this step. So we're going to press the plus. For a new cleaning step. Alright, so we're going to add another cleaning step. We have renamed the step to indicate the operations we plan to complete in the filter operations. What do you notice? The quantity field contains a null values. Let's use the detail view for a clear look at the field values. Complete the necessary actions in the quantity profile card to switch from summary view to detail view. Oh. Click the ellipsis on quantity card to see more options. Right, and it's already in detail. We are now ready to view the null values for the quantity field to see if we can safely exclude them. Complete the necessary action to view only the null values. What do you notice? These rows may not be useful. We decide to exclude them. Click anywhere to continue. We decide to filter these values directly from the profile card. Complete the necessary actions to exclude the null values from quantity. Perform the next necessary action to exclude the null values. So there are no null values on these, but I am just going to look through this next step so I know what to do in the future. Nice work. Now we would like to use a range of values filter to exclude the negative values from the quantity field. Click the More Options menu to begin this process. Once again, there's not really any of that sort of data to do these steps here, but I will just go through right here to view on how to do it in the future. So before the next action, create a range. So we do that. Click the filter menu item. We want 0 to be the minimum value in the range. Click the area of the filter range of values. So selected values. Oh. Range should create a range of values. Filter. Alright, filter. What is this for? Filter range of values. So there's not any range of values, but there's there's the selected values that I can do. click here to change the minimum value. There, by typing, press enter to apply the filter. The negative values no longer appear in the quantity field. Click done to close the dialog box. Alright, so that just shows how to do it right there. Right. Nice work. The null and negative values have been filtered out of the quantity field. Click anywhere to continue. Do other fields contain null values? Yes, there are null values in the city field. Click anywhere to continue. Let's filter to keep only the null city values to see if they are useful for our data. Use the more options menu. And then I'll just choose right here, I suppose. In the pause, click to see. Good. To create the null values filter. So that would just be filter, click null values. Null values button. Alright, it shows that there's one null value for them, but there's no null value for me, but if there were, it'd be right there. What do you notice? These rows are useful for the data and should not be excluded. We need to remove the filter. We do not. We can do this in the changes pane or in the city profile card. Click anywhere to continue. You decide to remove the filter in the profile card rather than in the changes pane. Complete the necessary actions in the city profile card to remove the filter. Right click on the filter icon. And remove. Alright, and so now they're all back because we needed those. You now know how to filter values by using profile card options and by using the filter dialog box. You also know how to remove the filter. Click anywhere to continue. Alright, see you in the next try it section. Alright, now I'm on the second try it section of the cleaning data, a deeper dive. Guided activity, edit state field values. We'll continue using the orders data that has one click and filter operations applied. We would now like to continue cleaning by editing values in the state field. Alrighty. I guess I'll just do the country field. I'm gonna do the one click, the filter operation, though, I believe, section of it. We've added a new cleaning step for the editing operations we will perform. Alright, adding a cleaning step. Let's look at the values on the state field. Most values use two-letter state codes, but some values use state names. Alright, once again, I think this is going to be another thing that doesn't necessarily apply to our data, but I'll use the country section for this. Let's edit Arizona to AZ. You want to edit Arizona by using the values context menu. In the state profile card, complete the necessary action to open the context menu for Arizona. Complete the necessary action to edit the Arizona value. I'll just choose like France or something. Alright, France, and then I'll just type in edited so I know what I changed, and then press enter. Alright, and then it changed everything that has to do with France. What do you notice? That Arizona no longer appears in the field and group values icon. The paperclip appears in several places next to the value AZ, above the cleaning step in the flow plane, and beside the corresponding change in the changes pane. Okay. Next, we want to group California values. We have selected both the California and CA values for using control-click. Right-click CA to open the context menu. I'll just choose Germany. Right-click. That's that. Right-click Germany. Now use the context menu to group the selected values. So I guess I can just, let's see what I want to group. We'll put Sweden and Switzerland together, and then do that, and then right click, and then group values. Alright, so now we've grouped the value. The value that you right click to create the group is the default name for the new group. If you want to change the group name, you should select the group field in the profile code and edit value. So I'll edit this and put it as edit value. I'm gonna just ungroup the values. That way they're correct. Alright, we have now selected both the Georgia and Korea completely. We necessarily start to group them by using the toolbar at the top of the pane. Alright, so I'll just select these two right now as well. And then I can group these values from the toolbar pane. Nicely done. Are there additional values in the state field that can be grouped? Yes, New Hampshire. Alright, so they're just going through and grouping these. The next step to perform a manual selection group values operations. Group values, manual selection. Use the left pane in the group values box to select the values in the group. We'll combine some more S's. And Spain. Group the selected values together. Just hitting group values. Click the group values button. Yep. A new group is created using the last selected value as the group name. If you wanted to edit the group name, you could select the value in the left pane and edit the value. And if you wanted to change the values in the group, you could click the check boxes for those values in the right pane. Click Done to close the dialog box. You created 4 new groups in the state field using techniques. I created some new fields. Alright. Alright, now this is the last try it section for the cleaning data deeper dive. They said that they already made a cleaning step named calculations added, so I am going to add a cleaning step here and rename it calculations. Alright, you would like to create a calculated field based on the order date field to see the year of each order quickly. Click the More Options menu to create a custom calculated field. Alright, so I'm just going to do here. We'll do this. We'll do the goals scored now. Alright, so more options to create a custom calculated field. Create calculated. I guess we'll see what we need to do from there in a second. Alrighty, create calculated field. So it's going to be from there. Put it in the calculation order, click anywhere to continue. So, assuming it'll be a custom calculation. Alright, the calculation be, what's this for? Goals scored. Double click the order date field in the calculation to select it. Easier. Enter. Click the function reference drop-down menu to look at all the function categories. Click to see the date functions. Click the function which calculates the year of a date field. Apply the calculated field formula to preview the results. Alright. New calculated field in the profile pane and data grid looks as expected. Save the calculation. Right. Click save. You've noticed that the order field, your field values have commas. Change the data type to string. So here, change it to string. Now you would like to calculate how many orders each customer has placed. With the information, you could easily see the names of repeat customers who have placed more than one and click anywhere to continue. Currently, each now represents one word. Add these orders to the customer level to calculate how many orders each customer has made. You decide to create a fixed LOD calculation. Click anywhere to continue. You want to group orders at the customer level, which is based on the name field. Click the More Options menu to create a fixed LOD. Alright, we'll use the Qualified Teams field. More options. On the name LOD. Fixed LOD. Note that the field LED is grouped at the customer level, which is based on a name field where you created the calculation. Click to start the process of choosing the complete. Click the order number to aggregate or compute using the orders. Click the order number to compute using customers' orders. And we'll do goals scored. We want to count each unique order, but the aggregation is currently set to min. Start the process to change the aggregation. Select the aggregation operation that will calculate each unique order group placed by each number. This means there are some customers who have placed as many as 5 orders. Most of their customers have placed 1 order. Click done to close the editor. Double-click the default field name to rename it to be more meaningful. I'll just name it goals calculated. Hovering over the value of 3 orders per customer, we can see the number of rows and percentage that were for customers who placed 3 orders. There are 12 rows for the customers who have each placed 3 orders. Let's see who those customers are. I'm going to make this back into detailed view. Alright. Click to see the names of the customers who placed 3 orders, and we can do this in 2 rows which are highlighted. Which is down here. So these two, so both Chile and England have once had 89 goals scored. The names of the customers who placed 3 orders are highlighted in blue in profile pane, and their corresponding orders are shown in the data grid. Click anywhere to continue. Take a look at the list of all the cleaning operations you have performed. There they are. Okay, delete. Alrighty. Alright, this is the try it section, or the try it part guided activity for the sampling your data section. I just opened up a completely new one for a fresh start for the sampling your data. Alright, under tables in the connections pane, double-click extract to add a second instance of the table to the flow. Double-click extract. Double-click the table. Alright, we've renamed the input step random sample for you. So we'll rename this random sample. Now click the data sample tab in the input pane so we can configure the sample. So data sample. Select random to configure the sampling. We added a cleaning set for you to view the results. As with the quick select option, this sample contains 20 fields and approximately 246,000 rows. Click anywhere to continue. So I'll just add a cleaning sample. We are now ready to filter the complaint type field to keep only heating complaints. Hover over the header of the complaint type profile card to display the search icon. I'm just gonna go over winner. Click the search icon. And then I'll search Germany since there are several parts of those. Press Enter key to activate the search. Germany. Use the heating value to retain only heating. Keep only. Complete the necessary steps to preview the sampled filtered data in Tableau Desktop. Use the menu to preview the filtered sampled data in the Tableau Desktop. So run the flow. The cleaning set folder on Heating Tableau Desktop will launch to a blank worksheet with the data loaded in this state. Click anywhere to continue. Use the menu to preview the filtered sample data. Alright, done. And then it's opening up Tableau Desktop. Alright. We'll look at an example visualization of the total count of records by created date within a trend line. Click anywhere to continue. Is the sample representative of the trends in heating? So I'm going to drag attendance. Show me. Look at this. Goal score. Alrighty, so I figured out how to get the data shown in that. Can we find outliers? No, with a constant line for 2,000 records in the view, we see that January 24th now only shows 448 heating complaints. And so if I make this bigger, it'll show all that. And then, yeah, it all pretty much looks good. Alright, what does this mean? We won't be able to use this data sample to study heating complaint trends for the entire year and define and exclude all outliers. We need to find a different solution, which we'll do in the next guided activity. Click anywhere to continue. Alrighty. Alright, this is the second section for the section for the sampling your data. We'll continue to use 311 call center data to study heating complaint check trends while checking for outliers. We'll do that in case there are more. We try to go. Okay, let's try adding a filter in the input step. Right. We added a third instance data to the flow pane for you. So alright, so I added another flow by double clicking on that. The data still needs to be sampled after the input step filter is applied. Random sampling is the better choice. To pre-filter the data, click filter values in the input pane. Filter input pane. Click filter values. In the add filter dialog box, we filter complaint type to keep only the value heating. We enter the following case sensitive calculation for you. Complaint type heating. And I'm just gonna do Germany because that's the two things to prevent the click apply. Fine. I think I have to actually do, yep, country equals Germany. Click apply. Alrighty. What do you notice? In the data grid, the complaint type field shows a filter icon. Value heating. This to the side. Alright, click to save the filter, save. Alright, so it's just showing the Germany ones. We added a cleaning step for you to view the results. What do you notice? So add a cleaning step. Unlike before, this data contains approximately 190,000 rows and there is no sampled indicator. Because the pre-filtering reduces the number of results, the entire subset of heating complaints was returned. Click anywhere to continue. Now you're ready to pre-filter data. Complete the necessary steps to preview the filter data in Tableau Desktop. Alright, use the menu to preview the filter data in Tableau Desktop. Just got to Preview in Tableau Desktop. Running flow, done. Alright, it should open it up in Tableau Desktop. Yep, there it is. We'll look at country and attendance. Can we find outliers? Yes. And they're looking at that kind of data. We are able to use this data set to study heating complaint trends for the entire year and to find and include outliers. Alrighty. Alright, now I'm at the last try it section. Try it for all of this for designing data flows. The data grid for the fish catches table shows that there are multiple rows per species and country. You would like to shape this data so there's one row for each unique combination of species and country. In each column for the different years, you want the sum for that combination of species and country. There are currently 12 fields and 49,000 rows. Click anywhere to continue. Add an aggregate step for the flow. Click the plus sign next to the cleaning step to add a new step to the flow. And we're going to assume that's already cleaned. Click the field name of the first year to aggregate. Click to select. Alright, I'm gonna just click this. Click the field name of the last year to aggregate. The shift key has been pressed for you. So I'll actually do third and then runners up. We'll drag the selected fields to the aggregate fields pane for you. Alright, and then to aggregate fields. Alrighty, the field for the catches into the instance have been added to the aggregate fields pane. Click on it to continue. Add country to the grouped fields by double clicking the field name. And I'll just do attendance. Alright. Add species to the group fields by double clicking the field name. Now you have all the fields that you need grouped and aggregated. You don't need the units field to be included since it is the same value of tons of live weight for all rows. Click anywhere to continue. Add a cleaning step to the flow to take a closer look at the results of the aggregation. Review the data in profile pane. Before the aggregation there were 12, now there are 11 fields and 4,000 rows. We have one less field because we did not include the units field in the aggregation step. We have far fewer rows because we aggregated the data group by species and country. Click the ANF species to take a closer look at the data for... And then I can look at this down here. Alrighty, and that was all of the try it sections, and I will screenshot, or actually no, in this video I will just show that I completed all the sections. Let me just get to that. Alright, and as you can see, I completed everything for this week's Tableau Prep 2, generating output, cleaning data a deeper dive, sampling your data, and designing data flows. I will upload this to YouTube and then to Canvas.